And I sent away that filthy piece of tow rope.
Oh, hello! Howdy, howdy, howdy. I hope you all had a lovely Saturday. Well, the poor old fishermen, well, they're still being scuppered by Brexit, as some of them all won't admit it. They'll say they had been hard done by the EU. Didn't fight hard for their cause, the EU didn't. Oh, no, that's the Irish fishermen. Yeah, they're scuppered too. Well, at least they can get like a scrappage scheme. Get electric boats. They'll get a scrappage scheme on their boats. But it doesn't amount to a huge amount. No, not when you put your life and soul into something, or you probably inherited from your parents, maybe your father, I don't know. It's not great though, is it? Well, I hope we've got audio. Have we got audio? It looks like I've got audio. Let me just check. And who we got here today? Well, got 25 people here already, which is pretty cool. And just going to say hello. Oh, Viking President Stu of Stewland. Let's fish. Oh dear, I don't like fish much. Well, I'll just check this sound over here. Oh, I hope. Yep, we've definitely got sound. That's good. Wim, hello Wim, and number 3, and Jim Toy and Casper Northerner and Joe. How are you doing? I hope you're well. And 91 leads. Scrolling down. Rebecca McDougall. Hello, Rebecca McDougall. Oh, you were here earlier. You were. And who else we got? Scrolling down. Please remember to hit the old like and subscribe. Beep the old like button. It helps the channel, you know. It does, honest. That ain't working. My like button ain't working. Why not working? It's not talking. No. Well, Tom Finney. My name is in high vis. I prefer not to be seen. I laugh out loud. And P. Dollars, hello there. Dealing with the grandchildren, maybe. Yes, I was. No, actually, they're being all right. It's quite noisy. Yeah, they're quiet at the moment. Yeah, I'm here, Ezra. I'm here. Do. I was kind of like a bit. It's been a bit of a mad rush, to say the least. Tommy walked the dogs and stuff. Done a morning video, and it was all a bit of a mad rush. But we got all done. I think I got everything together. I hope so. Probably not. We'll see. If not, we'll just have to wing it, won't we? But I've got the one in front of me. That it is. Well, the man in the shorts is still pouring his drinks. So there might have been some truth in that. I've got a stout. That I have. And scroll down. Hello, who? Hope you are. Move the fridge into your room and then have a humming fridge in the background. Have you someone kicking in that come through the microphone? I don't want that. No. I'm going to have a bit of change around though next day or so. And I'm going to try and get everything onto one computer so I can get my computer that's here into my shack. Yeah. Caddy shack. Hello, Mad Monk, 33, sorry, Pete, so I won't be joining you tonight. Oh. As I'm out on an 80th birthday. 80? Crikey, you're that old, are you, buddy? Crikey. You're wearing very well, I must say. Top Smoke, hello. The dog ate my alarm clock. Oh, dear, don't do that. My dog ate my GPS, believe it or not. That was a motorbike one as well. Yeah, little bugger. That was Wally, that was. I tried that OBS today, says number 3. Oh, well done, buddy. If you need any help with it, just give us a shout, and I'm happy to help if I can. I actually enjoyed your video the other day. That's from the heart sort of thing, and a sort of bit of history about yourself as well. It's quite cool. Hello, David McGuinness. Even all in the chat. For recording, number 3. Did it work well? If you're recording using OBS, you've got to have a decent camera. Now, the one I'm using at the moment, if you're wondering, this is the Logitech or Logi Stream or Streamcam. And they're not bad, apart from the cable's wired in, so it doesn't give you much length on the cable. And it's quite hard to get the right cable for. But anyway, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about fish. So I think it's time to buckle up, really, folks. Maybe. I don't know. Okay. Fish. Oh, what do I think about that? How about
they're now British fish, and they're better and happier fish for it.
Yeah, thanks for that, Mog. My God, that was loud. Maybe I'll bring that down a bit. Let's bring that down a bit. Let's try again. Second time, Lucky.
They're now British fish, and they're better and happier fish for it.
Yeah, that was a bit peaky, that was. I bet that was buzzy. Well, time to bug up, I reckon, anyway, because quite frankly, the poor old fishermen. Don't we feel sorry for the fishermen? They didn't vote for Brexit. Oh, yes, they did. Oh, okay. So they did it for themselves then, did they? Oh, all right then. Okay. Let's talk about the Dover port instead. I might talk about Dover port as well, actually, to be fair. But let's get back to the fish. I think we've got a bit of a messy one on our hands, to be fair. Slimy, it is. The Brexit and the old fishing industry, well, let me tell you, it's like watching a boat sink in slow motion. Death by 100 holes, maybe, I don't know, 1,000 holes. I don't know, little tiny holes, lots of them. Well, the Grimsby fishermen are rather grim. They ain't too chuffed about it, are they? And they were promised the sun if they just vote Brexit, just vote the Brexit. And they said, I just want my Brexit. And there they were, a little flotilla with Nigel Farage. You know, just out there they were, all brave and that, you know, throwing kippers back into the River Thames. Why would you do that? It seems a bit strange to me. But, oh no, on that note, okay, so is he. Oh, well, I think we'll need to shed a tear or play the tiniest violin for Nigel and the fact that he has no longer got his Coots bank account. And now he's going to the banking ombudsman about Coots Bank. Said they were nasty to me. Oh, they were. Oh, look away. Oh, yeah, but no, but, oh, crikey. Oh, what a horrid little man that he is. Well, get your tiny violins out. Well, the moon and the stars, they were voted. They voted. They were persuaded to vote. And that's what they were getting in return. The moon and the stars, sunlit uplands and all that. And you just had to vote to leave the European Union. Well, the fishing industry was told that once we got control of our waters, it would be, well, a bounty of fish. Well, no matter how much fish you catch, you've got nowhere to sell it to. No one really talking about the live bivalve molluscs anymore, because they're all scuppered, they're gone. Well, Christmas every day. No, it's not, is it? Not for them a lot. They voted, well, those turkeys voting for Christmas, weren't they? It's like Grinch stole Christmas. Definitely stole the fish. Well, now they've got plenty of fish, they just can't sell them. They stole their market, maybe. Well, you see, Brexit negotiations turned into a right farce. It doesn't matter what you negotiate because there was nothing better going to be coming out of it anyway. The only way to make Brexit work, was to never leave in the first place. And then you got the fishing industry got caught up in the crossfire. In fact, they're a part of the flipping ammo. They were used with the likes of Michael Cokehead Gove, Alexander Boris Steffel Johnson and his air pillows or something. That he said was because of Brexit, but turned out to be a British rule. Nothing to do with the EU at all. Yeah, nobody cares. Nobody says anything. They don't. They just, oh, okay. It's Boris's mistake. Yeah. He wasn't lying to us. It's just, no, of course not. Just like he lied to those in Northern Ireland about trading with the rest of the United Kingdom, and now they've got that lovely trade barrier right down the Irish Sea. And now they've got these lovely green and red lanes, which isn't panning out too well. I won't be surprised when we actually have a renegotiation, not renegotiation, they're going to look at it, see if it's working for both sides. I won't be surprised you would say, it's not working for us, is it, this? No. We're getting dodgy stuff come across the border. Well, it does feel like they did forget to try and negotiate some practical arrangements for the fishermen who pushed through or helped push through the Brexit. But instead, no. They got nothing.
So,
nothing.
You have accepted the truth.
They might they've still got the 12-mile barrier where they can't fish up to 12 miles. But even once that's changed and they got all their fishing rights back, they got no one to sell it to. They can't get it out of the country. Well, some of it they can. Maybe they got to sell it via the CPTPP. Maybe. But haven't they got their own fish? How much fish could any one person eat? It's going to be more expensive in the UK anyway. It's like the crabs and stuff. They're no longer on the. They have no longer got feelings. No crabs. You treat them with some kind of humanity. Not anymore. No. Well, Oh, so what's the result of all this? Flipping chaos. Now, the Grimsby lot. I don't like Grimsby, but I don't know. Is there anywhere nice in Grimsby? Actually, is there anywhere nice in Sunderland? Because I haven't found anywhere when I've been up there. I'm obviously going to the wrong places, maybe. Well, you can say Grimsby is sort of beaten heart of fishing, isn't it, in the UK? Well, they're struggling to make ends meet, and they feel they're being sold down the river. They're not happy chappies, are they? And lasses? No. We could be called fishing persons now. I don't know. Is it okay to call fishermen? Fishermen's friends? I don't know. Is it sexist? I ain't got a clue. We'll get too complicated, my little brain. But hold on, it doesn't really stop there anyway. It doesn't forget the fish. You've got the Irish fishing industry as well. They've got tangled up in it as well. Yeah, I know. They're in the EU. They've been scuppered by Brexit as well. They ain't happy. And the fishermen in the island are blaming the EU as a result. It's all the EU's fault. They should have negotiated a stronger deal on behalf of us.
So, you have
But
accepted
no.
the truth.
What's that? Oh, quickly. I already hate him now. Who do you hate? Oh, hello, angry pagan. One angry pagan says, good evening, the town just, same for me, Brixham, got on the news during Brexit because of fartage and them being a fishing town. They can't stand him now. They made the bed. Sorry. Maybe one of them little air pillows. Or ice pillows, or whatever it was. To put your kippers on, to post them. Oh, I don't know. It's just nuts. How anyone, this is the thing that frustrates me. I've said this before. If you're in an industry, you need to know how your industry works. And if you don't, you're hiding to nothing. And they clearly did not know how their industry works. How dependent they were on the fact you have to get your fish from point A to point B without rotting in the middle. And to get your live bivalve mollusks into the EU, your mussels and oysters and stuff like that, into the EU, because I love them over there, you see. Brits aren't that keen on that sort of stuff. And those slippery old thing slide down the throat with I don't know, with some kind of white wine or champers or something. I don't know. But in the UK, they're not so keen on them. They want to batter them. Not with a hammer. I mean, like, batter. You know, flour and water and all that, you know. But no, they can't actually get them out of the country because they've got to be depurated first. They literally got to have like a colonic. They're chucking these tanks and they've got to be cleaned out. And now we've got in Yorkshire, lobster tanks and what have you. Well, they've gone under because of Brexit. And like Angry Pagan is saying, a lot of the fishermen are now saying, "Oh, you duped us. We've had enough. You screwed us. We're done for. Can't afford my marine mortgage anymore. I'm not getting enough fish coming. We might have more fish. We'll have more fish access to around the coastline of the United Kingdom, but they're all oily fish and maybe pollock and stuff like that. But you know, not deep sea cod. It's Norway, Nordic waters, and those quotas are drastically hit. The Kirkella, which is the ship that's on the card of this video, this live stream, the Kirkella, they're not happy now because of Brexit. They say they've been sold down the river. Or was it the sea? Either. Anyway, they're not happy. They reckon they're half down, in fact 50% down on what they could get, what they were allowed to get. The ship is so flipping big, it just scoops it all up in one hit. They came back last time with half quotas. And I reckon their annual catch now, the quotas are half what they had before. So they've been scuppered by Brexit. And they voted for it. And it's the largest trawler in the UK. It's almost a big, like how they farm the peas, processed like them, like the migrants. You process them like peas. You process your peas and they go straight into the freezers. It's all ready to go. Well, that's what they do on the Kirkella. Everything is packaged and ready to go and boxed up and what have you with Kirkella branding. The Kirkella or Kirkella? I think it's Kirkella. It's a big ship. It's a big trawler ship. Big fishing ship. Brand new it is. Well, it was brand new. And it's been sitting there for a good long while. Waiting to go out fishing. Well, huge amount of investment. These things aren't cheap, you see. And without the money coming in, the marine mortgages, they don't get paid. If they don't get paid, you lose your house because you secure your house. You lose your boat and also probably your house. And they're worried, and the fishermen are now saying, well, we'll do the scrappage schemes on basically decommission the ships. They literally get cut up. The trawlers, they put them on a hard stand and then they cut these boats up. And they get a wad of cash for doing so. Crazy. Yeah, and they get, I don't know how much they get, I know, might get 150 grand or something. I can't remember what it was now. I should have looked that up. It's sickening in many ways. It's just such a waste. Such a waste. So, with the UK out of the EU, sort of, half in, half out at the moment. Because, it's not done yet, is it? It ain't finished yet. Hey, Adore. Good girl. Good girl. And, the fishermen were heavily relied on that market. And it's a bit of pill to swallow, and they had to deal with the quota cuts and losing key fishing grounds. They will get quota cuts, but they will get more. See, in the United Kingdom, it's not just that. They're competing now with EU fishermen, which they were competing with before, the EU fishermen, but also Russian fishermen, fishing trawlers. Okay, so 35% tariff on Russian fish. But still, I don't think they pay it half, Tom. They're getting sold too cheap. It's still too cheap in the fish chip shops. Now, the Kirkella was supplying 10% of the total fish required. Yeah, fish consumption in the fish and chip shops. 10% of it. So it's a lot of fish. Hell of a lot of fish. But at least they are.
They're now British fish, and they're better and happier fish.
Swimming amongst the turds, as it seems, unfortunately. But there you go. So it's all been a bit of a double whammy for the fishermen, and they're feeling the pinch. And who's to blame? Well, our esteemed politicians, of course. And they were too busy bickering amongst themselves and too preoccupied with, political point scoring, you could say. And it doesn't help when you get, oh, crikey, some of these people were just so stupid. Such as this person. Oh.
Agreement came when we were all very busy on Christmas Eve, in my case, organising the local nativity trail.
So she didn't read the Trading Corporation agreement. It came in too late. I was busy doing the nativity. I was making a little Jesus in the manger. What the hell? It's almost like nobody read this flippin' thing. I reckon I read more of it than what they have. It's nuts. Sort of damaging the country. It makes me angry, to be honest. It does make me a bit angry. And it's unnecessary. The whole thing's unnecessary. We didn't need to do it. You're better negotiate from the inside than actually have the dregs from the outside and have no say over it. Now, it was all political point scoring, and it's, the livelihood of the fishermen who voted for it. Let's not forget that. It's karma. They've bugged themselves. But they were duped. The thing about that word, sovereignty, get your fish back. Sovereign fish. It's an easy pill to sell. Well, there's no solid plan, was there? No solid plan whatsoever. How to deal with it. They didn't even think at the time when the vote came in. Oh crikey, that maybe that they might have to do something. They didn't think they're going to win. The Brexiters, that is. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm all for taking back control and being kind of semi-independent. But for Christ's sake, we had independence. We were still a sovereign country. Countries. But you can't expect the sea to be filled with goldfish overnight. Okay. It takes a lot of planning, you see, to do a Brexit. But the Brexit was never going to work. We're never going to get off our knees. The industry is flat on its face at the moment. Never mind your knees. That's all, I don't know. So there you have it, sort of a comedy of errors that's turned into a tragedy for the fishing industry. You've got to remember, it's not just the fishermen you might have voted for, it's all the support trades, you know, whether it be the guy who's maintaining the van, the bloke working on the engines of the boat, the yard that is doing the maintenance and doing the anti-foul and what have you, and on a hard stand, and all these industries have been hit by it, hardly hit. And now we've got the scrappage schemes. Anyone doing maintenance on boats now, well then, it's like scrappage compensation thing. If there's less boats in the market, there's going to be less maintenance need doing. And obviously, if the boats aren't going out to fish as they were before, yeah, they're still fishing. They just find it very difficult to get it into the EU. And what's happening is that those smaller exporters of fish, instead of going direct, they have to go through the larger fishmongers. And even they're not busy now. The cost for every load, whether it's one pallet or a whole lorry load, is around 600 euros. What's it, pounds? Anyway, whatever it is. About 600 euros to actually do all the paperwork. And the fees and what have you. Well, obviously got added onto the price of the fish. Fish! So, it is a damn flippin' fishy mess, it is, and it's time. Well, I think the politicians in the UK, the Keir Starmer, for instance, he's not showing any directional plan. There isn't. Maybe he doesn't really know what's around the corner, to be fair to him. He doesn't really know the hand he's going to be dealt. Now, I would hope that if there was any underhand dealings by these Conservatives that would come to light, that they don't actually, that Keir Starmer doesn't decide to just brush it under the carpet. That he investigates it and these people go to jail for what they've done. Bastards. They are. It's hard. Anyway, back into the chat. Oh, what did I say? Did I see a member? Welcome to the member. Oh, our podcast with over gifted one Allshorts membership. Cheers, buddy. Right, here we go. Thanks for supporting the channel, though donating memberships, blah 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 blah. Thank you. Who was that? Who was it? Naughty One Needs gifted a membership. Naughty One Needs, you now remember. Cool. So, Brexit welcome, sir. Can get my meat without my bed. Oh no, bread. A stupid system. It's bonkers. It is. It's just nuts. There's a huge amount of, especially scrappage. It's madness. Oh, God's sake. I can't say that Simon says 55, but it's funny. Yeah, okay. Hello, just saying. Oh, well, scroll up. What's this got to do with the price of fish? Right. There's no point in being rational.
So, you have accepted the
Sometimes
truth.
I think that I think of everything that's been going on, and it's almost like it's like we need some kind of revolution. I'm not saying chop off the heads, although I wouldn't say no. But anyway, we need something. We need to stand up against them, these people. But it won't happen because we don't do what the French did. Or do. No, we're a bit weak on the old protest front. And, our protests are weak, and yet they've brought out a bill so we can't protest at all. No, can't walk down the flipping road without being if you don't stop, just stop oil. They prorogued Parliament, they did. And then stuffed the trade and corporation agreement under the tree like it was Christmas, like a Christmas gift. It was a last minute. When they come in, was it on the 25th or something? It was last minute. Oh, Joel, it was a rhetoric question. What you could say? First fartage running and screaming, background music from the Benny Hill. Can you imagine it? But it doesn't run straight. It has to run like that, little zigzag. That's what Benny Hill does. Hello, Bidge. Hope you're well. And Jim Toy. Everyone got screwed by Brexit, most definitely. The fishermen, the farmers, the SMEs, but not Jacob Rees-Mogg. He made 7 million by 2019 from Brexit, and he pretty much exported his business to Ireland, I think. To Ireland. Somerset Capital Limited or something it's called. Yeah. Okay. He did find it rather.
I think it's rather uplifting.
Yeah, that's what he told me. So at 16, I was singing the red flag and the international. Oh, Larry, cool songs, very old. Ooh. Put the Tories on the door, wish we could. Won't be long. Scrolling down. Mm-hmm. Thanks for supporting the channel through donating a membership. Hey. Welcome to where are we? Simon says, oh, sorry. no worries. I ain't got a problem, but I just can't say it, obviously, because I get picked up. Probably, maybe, I don't know. And 91 Leeds is saying thank you to Casper for the gifted membership. It's been tough for me as well, my friend, says just saying. I think everything is flipping tough at the moment for everybody. Unfortunately, it's tough. Angry pagan. Just super chat, buddy. Years of political disassociation lead to dismiss or distress. Dismiss. What's dismiss? What do you mean distress? It's. We need to find a solution. And first, we've got to get rid of the Tories, no matter who gets in, as long as it's not, you know what? I don't care if Reform gets in. But they won't, I know. But if they did get in, I wouldn't care because they won't be there long. No. They would manage to bugger up things even more, wouldn't they? Are we a proper Brexit? It's not the way that. It's not. I'll get this right now. It's not that Brexit is a failure. It's how we've implemented Brexit is a failure, according to Anne Widdecombe. So, I want to talk to you about the Kirkella. Now, Kirkella is a whopping great flipping boat, trawler. I don't know if it's a beam trawler or not. It probably is. Which destroys the seabed. But this thing, well, it's having a hard time at the minute to actually make ends meet, I suppose. It's costly, you see. Cost of diesel and all that for a start. It's not cheap. No. Why isn't that working? My stream deck ain't working. I'll just turn that on here, see if that makes any difference. I've got a button thing here and it makes things jump up and I launch stuff automatically, but it's not even it's not launching at all. Oh, here it's back now. Now will it work? Oh, it might work now because it's lit up. Yes! Yeah, it's working now. Phew. Right, anyway. That. That is the Kirkella. And they're now saying that now we are at 50% of the quota we had. Now, the boss of UK's last long-range trawler, well, they reckon it's squandered, or the government squandered Brexit hopes. Now, the Kirkella used to bring in 10% of the cod and haddock sold in chip shops, fish and chips, or chish and fips, but the post-EU settlement means its quotas have been slashed. And can it survive? Dun 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 dun. Maybe, there you go, I'll do. Can it survive? You tell me. Leave it in the chat down below. Oh. Possibly not. Because that thing costs an absolute fortune, and it's got creditors in it. It's people who, shareholders, and I think it's partly Dutch owned. Well, it's docked at the Port of Hull, the fishing vessel is the Kirkella, and it dominates the quayside, towering over a nearby warehouse, usually found trawling Arctic waters off the coastal Svalbard, catching cod and haddock to supply British fish and chip shops. Well, it's in port for a short time before departing on another lengthy voyage to those distant seas. Oh. Now, it's not just enormous. The 5-year-old freezer trawler is state-of-the-art, apparently. Fish snared in its giant nets are filleted and frozen within 40 minutes inside the onboard factory that spans the deck of the ship. The Kirkella also contains enough modern comforts to sustain and entertain 32 strong crew. That's a lot of bodies during weeks at sea, from the medical room and gym to the sauna and cinema. But just hours after docking, the latest catch, about 300 tons of frozen fish fillets, had already been transported into the Kirkella-branded boxes to the fish market at Grimsby to be weighed, graded and sold. Now they're saying while this might sound like a vast amount of fish, the UK's only remaining distance trawler had returned home, but only half full from its latest expedition. The catch wasn't so good this time, says the first mate, Dean Jackson, 53, who is finishing up the checks of the vessel, blah, 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 blah. So fishing is erratic, he says. Obviously, weather-related and all sorts of stuff. And warm seas ain't going to help. Now, we had 4 days when it was really good, but the problem when you get really good fishing is that you're at the mercy of the factory and processing. A reduced catch will also mean a financial hit for the crew. So you usually take a share, you see, of the haul. Including deckhands Kurt Derries, Mark Gibson and Kane Fawnley, who are clearing huge bags of fish meal out of one of the chilly storage rooms before their shore leave begins. And obviously that must be referring to photographs. Maybe, but there isn't any there, so it can't be that. So as share fishers, so they take part of the catch, they are self-employed and all paid a share of the haul, with a great percentage being awarded to those in the positions of responsibility, such as the captain and first mate. He says we should have stayed out longer. She says Jane Sandell, Chief Executive of UK Fisheries, the Kirkella's owner. But the guys need some kind of quality of life. Oh, diddums. Well, 6 to 8 weeks at sea is plenty. Not sea. It is a long while, isn't it? 6 to 8 weeks at sea. Crikey. So there it is. That's the Kirkella. It is a monster of a trawler. Well, Kirkella now finds itself as a symbol of a vanishing age, and the vast vestige of the UK's external northern wars fleet, which operated from Hull, Grimsby, Fleetwood and Aberdeen. And in the late 1950s, there were more deep-sea distance trawlers in Hull than anywhere in the world, and that is just this one. Now, 170 vessels were operating from the city, directly employing around 5,000 trawlermen, according to Stand, the Hull Fishing Heritage Charity. Now, UK Fisheries sold its only other UK vessel, the trawler Fenella, at the end of 2022. Oh, I wonder why that was. Well, the company says it's become unviable after slashing off the whitefish quota awarded to the UK in the last year's negotiations with Norway. Since Brexit. Well, the UK now conducts these annual talks independently rather than as a part of the EU. So they've got less power. Now, sporting a fish pattern tie, Boris Johnson promised a prodigious increase in quotas when he outlined the terms of the UK's exit from the EU on Christmas Eve 2020. But independence has not brought the hoped. Well, what really independence we got? We signed up with these trade deals with other countries that, quite frankly, take away even more of our sovereignty. You don't get a trade deal without offering something. But independence has not brought hoped for rewards. So 50% of the quota that they had prior to Brexit is halved, and we are taking longer to catch it. As a result, the loss of quota and the changes in access to Norwegian waters, the Kirkella will only make about 6 trips this year, and will spend more time in port. It will also have to sail to more distant waters, resulting in higher operating costs. Not good for the environment either. Under the current agreement, the Kirkella's quota requires it to fish only in Norway's remote Svalbard zone, which all has separate arrangements from other Norwegian waters. They say now that we have a negligible amount of quota in the Norwegian zone, so all of our fish is in this Svalbard. Now, previously we would have gone to fish in Norwegian waters when the catch was better there, but now we are forced further north, which isn't ideal because you've got more ice and the weather is worse. I wonder if they sit there with their little rod, they cut a hole, a saw in the ice. No, maybe not. So, it gets worse. It does get worse. Now, let's go into chat. There we go. Up we go. Where are we? I did not delete any posts. I don't know. Is the mod deleting my posts? Well, I haven't deleted any. And Peter Dallas says he didn't delete any. But no, I don't know. It's not me, and it's not me. So it's the two mods that are here. So it might just be the automatic. What's it to do with YouTube? Probably, maybe. The one thing the UK, Scotland accepted, is the amount of pain that people are putting up with. Beats me. Vincent, you're not wrong. They're still in denial to some degree. Publicly in denial. Some people they're saying 60%, saying that Brexit hasn't worked. Actually, more than that, 70% worked, but 60% saying that they would vote to rejoin. It ain't gonna happen. Not even under Labour at this stage. They might not get no choice though. Remember, Brexit isn't done yet. No, not finished. There's more to happen. Well, the loss of quota has seen a fall of 5% apparently as well. About there. Wrong mouse again. So I was in the chat anyway. Fish don't have fingers. I know. What fish fingers for? What? That's silly. They should call them fish rectangles, or fish, or baton. Actually, they don't call them fish fingers in France. They call them batonette. Like baton. Britain lost the Cod Wars to ice. Oh my god, I forgot about the Cod Wars. Crikey, that was a while ago. And they did, didn't they? Crikey. It's just for Alan. Oh, hello, Alan. Didn't see you there. Where are we again? Oh, that's Jim Toy said it, sorry. Alan said about fish don't have fingers. So Britain lost the Cod Wars to Iceland. That was literally the Cod Wars. It's like the ice cream wars. You remember that? Old Ballantine was involved with those. Arrogant sod. All about territories with the ice cream vans. They bash each other's vans up. Britain lost the Cod Wars, that they did. One time sign up. I do Africa, judo, and hey Putin. Well, the fish should be left for the dolphins and seals to eat. Yeah, why not? Why not? Well, Oh, you go to bed? Dear missus is going to bed. No, no. Huh? You alright? You alright?
Wally, sir.
I see Wally. I got a Wally. Does Wally want a treat? I bet he does, doesn't he? Huh? Wally, have a treat, that boy. There you go. Hey, that's a good boy. That's a good fit. And I've got another one coming through. I've got Sebastian. Oh, they're all coming. Who's next? Sebastian. And where's Dora? I can't make her jump up because she's bad hip. She needs a new hip. I think we are shattering a myth, as most of the fish is trawled in far waters. Yeah, not around the coastline of the UK, unless you just want to eat kippers.
Kipper.
I have that Arnold Schwarzenegger said in kindergarten. I've got a tumour. Oh, God. Or tuna. A tumour. I'm free. Says I'm taking an SSRI, an antidepressant, and it makes me feel weird. Oh, blimey. Sounds like a bit of a concoction going on there, buddy. Problem in the chat. Comments being deleted. Oh, okay. Well, it's nothing to do with me. We've got comments here, so it's not everybody. That's strange, isn't it? Don't know why that is. Sorry. Simon says 55. Or two Simon says 55. I have a bunch of zealots that wind me up on purpose, but I have to work with them. It's tough to deal with, and I wish they would just keep their comments to themselves. Yeah. I know the sort. Tom Finney said, Paul who drowned rat for a 4-pack. What? Confused. A life approach to number 3. Talk to a person every day. Even small talk. Eat well. Have a walk. And make good things part of the day. And press record. Scroll down. Nightwell Lee says, I vote by the woman working on the production line called it fish finger. Until then, the product, I see, went under the working title of battered cod pieces. I missed limerick, did I? What? There's a limerick. I didn't see the limerick. Bum, 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 bum. It's hard to keep up. I'm looking for the limerick. Can't see it yet. Where is that? Oh, you missed the limerick. I can't see the limerick. Top smoke, top smoke, top smoke. I've got the next one here. Just saying. Where is that? Bear with us, I'm just trying to find this limerick. Can't find it. Has it been deleted as well, do you think? Has it been deleted? Arrgh. This is very annoying. A dog ate my alarm clock. That's way too high. Chuck it back in top smoke and I'll read it out. But I can't see it. I've gone blind or something. Anyway, for the moment. Battered kippers. Yeah, battered kipper.
Kipper.
Oh dear. The fishermen are whinging and whining they are. They reckon that Norway has got free access to our markets, yet we can't fish in Norwegian waters. It should be quid pro quo, he says. Or she says. Her frustration is evident as she lays the blame at the door of the British government. I lay the blame at the door of those who voted for it as well. We've been gifted our own freedom. Our own future here. And it's been a failure of priorities and negotiation, she says. It seems that our first couple of years as an independent coastal state haven't been much of a success. The rights that we have brought over generations have basically been squandered. Poor thing. Well, UK Fishery says its complaints are backed up by figures calculated and by the former DEFRA fisheries negotiator. They found the preferential treatment had been given to vessels belonging to a small, mostly Scottish-based fleet that catches pelagic fish. Those that live far away from the land but not close to the seabed, including mackerel and herring, which are not eaten as much in Britain and are mostly exported. The former negotiators' analysis of the publicly available data found that the UK's large pelagic vessels had gained 1,000 times more than other ships from the agreement struck by ministers since Brexit, while others, such as the Kirkella, have lost out. They reported that the tonnage of fish landed by the UK fleet once since 2019 has increased by almost 30,000 tonnes, but its value has decreased by almost 66 million. Oh, poor things. Let's get that little tiny violin out. That's what happens when you vote for something that is obviously ridiculous. Why would you do it? Well, they did. And that, you know, the government is now, they're saying this. The UK government seizes post-Brexit freedoms for the fishing industry. They're not feeling it. They're not feeling it. This was, you know, the 17th this month. New measures will support thriving fishing industry. It's just waffle. A package of measures will help the fishing industry thrive and deliver healthier marine environment. What are they then? Reforms seize new freedoms outside the EU and mark clear departure from the common fisheries policy. Announcement builds on investment and uplift in fisheries opportunities worth more than 200 million. The UK government has today set out further steps to deliver a thriving, sustainable fishing industry and healthy marine environment for generations to come. Seizing the opportunities are freedoms outside the EU. The UK is introducing a world-class system. Oh God, they always say that, don't they? World-class system of fisheries management, which draws on the best available science and the expertise of our fishermen to ensure our fish stocks are healthy and sustainable long into the future. It's a load of bollocks. Don't tell you what it is. No. It's just a load of waffle. People, for some reason, they seem to believe it. But Grimsby's fishing industry, well, they're disappointed by Brexit. It's an aftermath, they say. Okay, pat her tiny feet upstairs. Now, many of the positive aspects promised by the Leave campaign have failed to materialise. Oh, but at least the fishing.
Now British fish and
even locals are grieved that the fishing sector has seemingly been forgotten. The Brexit has brought disappointment for the fishing sector in the UK because of, well, Grimsby. They're not happy. No. Well, they're not happy at all. Under current news, is that one? Or why has it done that? So Grimsby's not happy. Kirkella's not happy. And Ireland's not happy. Slow death to Ireland's fishing industry. That's this month as well. So the Irish fishermen say that they've been sacrificed for the post-Brexit trade deal between the United Kingdom and the European Union, blaming the European Union because obviously they are in the European Union. They said the European Union didn't fight, Thierry Britain, what have you, and they didn't fight for them. It's quite shocking actually. So the Irish fishermen say they've been sacrificed. So, known as the Trade Corporation Union, TCA, They came into force in 2021 and obliges European vessels to progressively transfer to the UK part of their quota shares for certain fish stocks in the Atlantic Ocean and the North Sea. Now, for Ireland's fishing industry, this means a 50% cut in its quotas by 2025 and a projected annual loss of 43 million, making Ireland one of the worst affected countries by this deal. They say it's a death blow, says John Nolan, the manager of the Fishermen's Co-op in the southwest village of Castletownbere. He reckons 25 to 30% of his staff will be made redundant as a result over the next 2 years. And now they've got to decommission these boats. Once they're gone, once the boats are gone, they're not going to be built all of a sudden, are they? So dubbed the whitefish capital of Ireland, Castletownbere could see 19 of its ships decommissioned as part of the plan approved in the summer of 2022 by the Irish government with help of the EU. It's not just the Irish fishermen; it's also the French fishermen, etc., etc. And obviously Spanish and why. According to Charlie McConlogue, Minister of the Marine, the scheme will help restore balance apparently between fishing fleet capacity and the available quotas, following the reductions in quotas for stocks arising from the EU-UK Trade and Cooperation Agreement. Well, they're not just important, but I'm sure of it. Of the country's 180 whitefish vessels, 64 have reportedly applied for decommissioning. Now, skipper Daniel Healy is one of the applicants, but he has yet to receive the government's offer for his boat, the Robin RJ, which is named after his 3 children. Now, after a life at sea and years of promising catches, Daniel tells Euronews that his industry just isn't in a very good place at the moment. It's on a slippery slope, and we just do not know where it's going to stop. The quotas have been cut year on year, and there's very little increase in quotas. It's just down and down and down, especially since Brexit. Oh, but why? Why Brexit? Can't be Brexit. But it's, like I said, it's going to affect all local businesses. Let's go on to the Brexit. So, Brexit is, well, it's destructive. Puts a huge amount of pressure on families, doesn't it, as well? But this, there we go.
Anybody comes to Ireland and drives around the shoreline, they'll be saying, where are the fishing boats? They're gone, and they're never coming back.
Well, no, because they've been scrapped.
It's incumbent on the European Union to look after people such as ourselves. We're an indigenous industry, an indigenous people with our own language, songs, customs, traditions, fears, and we need to be protected.
Irish.
Look what happened with the UK. There's nothing to say that in a few years' time, if things get bad enough in Ireland, we could be the next country to look for.
No, don't do it.
No, I'm not saying that will happen. I'm not saying the fishermen are crying for that to happen. But what I'm saying is, if you keep beating the dog, eventually he'll turn around and bite you.
No, not Ireland. That ain't gonna happen. No. We made quite an example of ourselves in the UK. He says, what, a Brexit? Look over there. What, a Brexit? Oh, look over there. And a Brexit. Oh, it's just madness. Anyway, back into the chat. Hello, Ginger Giraffes. I hope you're well. So, Richie Sir, just reading Boris Tapes scrapbooks. Okay. I don't quite understand what that means, but there you go. Did Top Smoke put his limerick in? Again, because I couldn't find it earlier. I'm scrolling up. I haven't found it yet. Have we got some spurious Oh, deletions of chat today. Do. Some like to share more than others. It's fine either way. It's not that one. No, can't find it, buddy. I don't know what's happening. What about over here? Can I see it over there? There are a lot of countries in the EU saying we gave the UK too much. So when the TCA is renegotiated in 2026, expect more harsh and restrictive measures. I think there'll be a bit of bartering going on. There'll be things that we realise that could be improve the UK's relationship. Then it depends who's in charge. Yeah, obviously if it's the Tories, well, they think they're going to give you squat, are they? Yeah, give you nothing. But if Labour gets in, which is probably dead certain now, and if they are going to try make Brexit work, it's going to require some negotiation, that one. But also they're going to have to soften up on a lot of stuff, such as European Court of Justice. I don't know what's going on, Top Smoke, but I can't see your limerick anywhere. I feel quite guilty now. Marcus, okay, get yourself some Specsavers, Marcus. It's written on one line because of the chat comments. It's back from... I'm back from the shop, by the way. Just crazy rain outside now. It's no rain here. It's just written on one line. God. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Hang on. Can I get it all? It's just written on one line. I'm looking again. I missed the limerick. Found that one. I'm still looking. Oh, someone's got a month. Fish don't have fingers. I still can't say it. Maybe I do need to get them Specsavers. That's what it is. Maybe you're right. Gotta go to Specsavers. Huh? Well done, Casper. You got a star. I'm now a 1-star Wally. Oh, I keep getting an error. I don't think there's something we're doing. Obviously, there seems to be a problem with the chat at the moment. People are getting errors. Label have to open up our pork markets.
I'll be in Beijing,
And
opening up new pork markets.
It's a disgrace. Was that a coup? I think it was, wasn't it? That was a coup. Hello, Canada Kev. That's strange. Strange. I don't know what it is. It's must be something to do with YouTube. I have to admit, it's been really slow today, YouTube has. So the fishermen say they've been, scuppered because of Brexit. And they say they've been sacrificed, the Irish fishermen. Okay, here we go. So, decommissioning of the vessels. It's dubbed the white fish capital of the world as Ireland, or this particular place, Castle Townbear. Like I said, 19 of its ships decommissioned as a part of the plan approved in summer 2022 by the Irish government and help with the EU. So obviously, funding involved there. So, of the country's 180 whitefish vessels, 64 have reportedly applied for decommissioning. And the same in the EU, in France as well, pretty much everywhere that, got no choice, have they? They need to get the money so they can pay their mortgages off, their marine mortgages off. So, so the feeling is echoed across the whole town, Castle Townbear, where many worry about the negative impact that the decommissioning scheme will have on local businesses and this small community of less than 2,000 residents. It says we're going to suffer in our coastal communities. We're going to see people devastated over this. Generations and generations of people who have, well, fished for maybe 100 years now. It's not good, is it? Really, let's be honest. I know they probably voted for this, and you could say, "Oh well, you made your bed, and now you're going to have to lay in it." Oh well. What can you say? It's foolish, isn't it? Island, Irish Examiner. So, in Ireland, come back to Ireland again, Ireland, the number of fishing boats to be scrapped doubles since February this year. And the number of fishing boat owners applying for decommissioning has more than doubled since last month, according to the Borg. Okay, I can't say that. Which is administering the Department of Agriculture's 75 million voluntary decommissioning scheme. And 42 boats are to be scrapped up to the figure of 20 issued in February. Now, this is a total of... scroll that down. So, a total of 57 letters of offer that have been issued to 64 owners who had initially applied last year for the 180-strong fleet eligible for decommissioning. It is believed that the largest number of boats from the single port to be scrapped, they literally are being cut up, are from Castletownbere, where some 19 boat owners had originally applied to the scheme. But they'd make really good liveaboards, they would. So it makes you wonder, why would you chop them up if you can just change their registration? Well, the West Cork town heavily relying on a fishing industry. So the actual vessel owners that avail themselves to the scheme have to be decommissioned and have to decommission their boat and have it destroyed by October 31st. Such a waste. Now, BIM has said that 4 vessels have so far been decommissioned by specialist recyclers based in New Ross and Limerick, and the scheduling of the rest of the vessels for decommissioning is underway. Now, BIM Chief Executive Caroline Bockels said, "Now we understand that any decision to voluntarily decommission vessels is a very difficult one for the vessel owners." I can believe that. But it's increasing profitability for the remaining fleet, because they can't fish as many fish as they used to be able to. But you get the Brexit impact. Oh dear. So the scheme, as well as a number of tie-up initiatives over the past 2 years, are designed to help mitigate against the quota and financial losses for the Irish fishers sustained because of Brexit. Ah, dear me. Well, these guys didn't vote for it because obviously they're in the EU. So both schemes are funded by the EU's Brexit Adjustment Reserve, the BAR fund of the island, of which Ireland has been allocated 1.2 billion. Oh my god, yeah, that's a lot of money. To date, it's estimated that around 60 million has been spent by the fishing industry since Agriculture Minister Charlie McConaughey Seafood Task Force recommended in 2021 that the industry gets 423 million in the bar-related funding. Oh, there's criticisms there are. Oh, criticisms. Such a waste. It really is such a waste. Oh, hello, Mark's biggest fan. Oh, couldn't resist. What couldn't you resist? I'd say if your mozzies are wearing clothes and using a bug spray ginger draft, they should just be avoided. I would say they're quite big ones then. A grade 1 Wally. Hello, my friend. I keep trying to weed my veggie garden, but mosquitoes are brutal, even when wearing lots of clothes and bug spray. I see where you're coming from, Mark's biggest fan. Yeah, that's strange mozzies they are. Yeah. Maybe it's the bandwidth. Maybe. My bandwidth, what is my bandwidth? Got no problems my end. I don't know if it's something to do with YouTube itself. It has been glitchy today. I've had some problems today with it. Right, so lemon geraniums repel mosquitoes when shaken. Hello, Jasper. I don't get it. Why it is everything battery tools. Why they have stopped electric main tools. Well, they haven't stopped them. You still get cable tools. Well, it's obvious why the people like to use them, because they're convenient. I use battery tools all the time. Number 3 says, I've been trying to think of some words that rhyme in lines of 5, but I can't make it work. Damn. Missy the collie one she ate the last of my cheese. Naughty boy. My Wally likes cheese. Turd fish. We need dive to save this. I think dabs have fingers. Dabs? Well, the little flatfish. They've got fins. They're like Dory. Well, Dory's not a flatfish, but there you go. Microfish. Oh, the tiger mosquitoes. Yeah, they're vicious little things, they are. Okay, I'm scrolling up, label. So label have to open our pork markets and our cheese because it's all a disgrace. Okay.
That is a disgrace.
Batteries are so expensive. Well, they are. Lithium batteries for battery jewels are pricey. At work, we've got battery steel chainsaws. No, I wouldn't go for that. That's domestic stuff, that, isn't it? Well, it could be just so delicious, and the mosquitoes are willing to risk anything to get to me. Could be gingers. Could be. Oh, fingertips. Fingertips, dabs, fingertips. Marcus, think about it. I'm trying to. God, I've been so tired today. Really tired. Right, so on scrappage. Done that one. What's that one? Aha! Jimmy lad. Now you can still export shellfish. Yeah, I got away from that one though. To the EU, you just can't. No live bivalve mollusks. So anything you export has to be cooked up, basically, processed, and ready for sale. So live bivalve mollusks and what have you, mussels, what have you can't obviously sell over there now because we've got no purification systems. And also, by the time, even once it's been done, by the time it actually gets there, they've started rotting. So they're not fresh. And then they get rejected. Where are we now? That one. Right. Who have I got down there? I've got a Wally. So, crabs. Oh, this is horrible. As a nation of animal lovers, most of us wouldn't dream of boiling an animal alive, ripping their... Oh, crikey, I don't know if I'll get into that. Ooh. Yeah, that's exactly what happens in a daily basis to millions of crabs, lobsters, prawns, and crayfish, decapod crustaceans. Now, for years, we've been campaigning for the humane treatment of these animals and have widespread support from the eminent scientists, national veterinary bodies, and animal welfare organisations. In response to our work, the government commissioned an expert team of researchers to review whether these animals are capable of feeling pain. Having reviewed all the available evidence, they concluded that decapods are sentient and need protection from pain and suffering. Oh, that's good, isn't it? Oh, but then you got Brexit. But in the light, oh, hang on, I'll make it a bit bigger. Can I make it bigger? That's better. In the light of this outcome, the Animal Welfare Sentience Bill was updated to include decapods. And the Sentience Bill is a new piece of post-Brexit legislation. Its role is to recognise that the sentience of animals in UK law, carrying over a duty previously imposed by the EU to ensure the basis of animal protection. Because once we left, they removed it, and now they've actually voted to have it back again. I hope. So the inclusion of decapods in this bill is a great step forward for animal welfare. Now we need the bill to pass successfully to royal assent so it can become law. The thing is, it was the case, and now then it wasn't, and now it is again. Right, minimise that. Oh, it's brutal, isn't it, though? Crikey. Why would you do that? Oh, poor little blighters. So when was that? Right, onto that. Is this for gammons or lobsters, says Joel. Oh, gammons. Let's boil them up. You got to boil the gammon, didn't you? You're going to have to brine it first, though, before you boil it up. So, there we go. So, there was a load of hoo-ha about it, where, that could have been removed from that bill, but it's actually been added now. And it's not because of Brexit, it's just that it kind of got removed because of Brexit. It got the sentient part got removed because of Brexit. And now it's been brought back in. Crikey. Now, so actually might be better to use the other one. That one might be better. There you go. So there's a Yorkshire company, which is just literally, I'm going to shut their doors. And it's a tank. Yorkshire lobster exporter says Brexit costs have forced it to close. So the government has not been straight with the fishing industry, says Sam Barron of the Barron Shellfish in Bridlington. A lobster exporter who is winding up his 60-year-old family business and has blamed the government for failing to be honest about Brexit red tape and the hidden costs. Well, George Eustace at the time was being a little bit, a bit economic with the truth. And now he's saying that Brexit is shit, pretty much. Well, he's saying that the Australian trade deal is shit and the New Zealand trade deal is shit. But you won't vote for this. Turns back on the Ode to Joy as an MEP. Well, Sam Barron, who worked alongside his father to set up Barron Shellfish in Bridlington, East Yorkshire, said that the government has failed to be straight with the fishing industry. And the industry expert said that the Barron Shellfish, the first lobster tank business in Europe's largest shellfish port, appears to be the first big exporter to have announced its closure. Now, speaking from Bridlington on Monday, where he is in the process of dismantling hundreds of lobster crates, all we have had is bullshit from the government. Promises that haven't been kept. So I'm now winding up my business while I still have enough to pay redundancy to my staff. Now, people say Boris has tried his best, but it just hasn't been enough, he said. It's the extra costs and uncertainty, and we have to fill in new health notes, and there's a lot of new paperwork, including catch certificates. Now, every time you put lobsters in on transport, if any time in the paperwork is wrong, you have lost everything. And there's been lots of cases of that already, where where the catch or where the lorry load of fish has started basically going off. It's just taking too long to get it through customs. He says it's all Brexit related. No, it can't be true because, what's her face? Natalie Elphick. Didn't she say something like, it's not because of Brexit? Isn't that right? That's what she said, wasn't it? Well, I'm sorry, Natalie Elphick, or was it Orphick? Natalie Orphick. It is because of Brexit. That it is.
Mr. Speaker, Dover is once again beset by miles of traffic jams along the motorways, affecting residents and local businesses alike. Not because of Brexit, but because of Brussels bureaucracy and red tape.
Okay. Cuckoo.
Thank you, Jack Black. I think you nailed that one, mate. You nailed it. So there you go. So it's all Brexit related. The extra costs, extra paperwork, and extra gamble, and it's all down to the government and the EU. Every time you send out a transport of the lobster, it's like playing Russian roulette with 5 bullets in your gun. Now, while inside the common market, Barron's company bought lobsters from businesses in Bridlington and sold to countries including Spain, Belgium, and Italy. It has exported up to 5 tons of lobster a week to mainland Europe. That's quite a lot of lobster. And he says, you might say it now, do I believe him? I don't know. That he voted to remain, but came around to the idea of leaving the EU, is planning to pay off 3 members of staff now, and sellers' crates and vehicles. I voted to stay in because I was worried about the business, but I wish we had never gone into the EU in the first place, he said. Oh dear. Many fishers have been unable to export to the EU since catch certificates, health checks and customs declarations since Brexit were introduced at the start of this year, delaying their deliveries and prompting European buyers to reject them because they're starting to rot. Trucks with slogans such as Brexit carnage and incompetent government destroying a shellfish industry parked metres from Downing Street in London last month. Now, Boris Johnson has described the changes as, teething troubles. Remember that when he did that? Well, and obviously the pandemic. They did love to do that, didn't they? Well, this was back in 21, I think this was. Was this 21? Yeah, it's February 2021. Now, looking here. Scroll over it. Says no business has gone. On there, testify on fishing fleets. Well, I want to talk about something else there. Before I do that, I just want to on there, and that on there. Now, Count Binface, he didn't win numerically, but he won morally. Well, at least he beat UKIP. interplanetary space warrior candidate Count Binface won more votes than UKIP and than Jeremy Corbyn's older brother, Piers Corbyn. What was even more encouraging was the fact that the new Labour MP for Selby is 25 years old. Oh, God's sake. But also, he had something to say. Oh, okay. Should we do it? Oh.
Out there, and I do hold you to that. So you know, there's some intergalactic votes out there for me. That's all I'm going to say. But the turnout's down. If I get one more vote than 69, then there's been a swing to Binface, a swing bin. Take that, Keir. So let's see how that goes. But I'm just excited to be here and celebrate democracy. That's what we're here for, and it's all a lot of fun.
Would you rather see a Tory win or a Labour winner?
I'd rather see the Tories lose and get cast into eternal hellfire for what they've done to this country since 2010. Because if you can name me one thing in the United Kingdom that is better now than in 2010, I'd like to hear. Nothing is the answer. So on that basis, yeah, I'd like to see the Tories lose. The recycling's better. Only next to me. That's nothing to do with that.
How are things going with the hand dryer in the pub?
Where does it go?
How are they going?
Have you not seen? I've signed a treaty with the Crown and Treaty. If I win, the hand dryer will be moved. That's what I call delivering on my promises. Take that with your 5 promises.
What about the women's room? Is there a problem in that?
Sorry?
Is there a problem in the ladies' room?
I don't know. You see, I didn't venture that far this time. You know, it was a flying visit. But you are right that I am a unisex politician, and I want to make sure that everyone's hand dryer facilities are universally improved. That is good.
What do you keep fighting if you don't win?
Well, I'm always fighting, but I'm also a lover, not merely a fighter. So, you know, I'll keep loving, I'll keep fighting on every planet, not just this one. And so this is my holidays. This is me just having a bit of fun. And who knows, maybe my votes have kept the Tory in. Could you imagine if enough people have thought they'd rather vote for an intergalactic space warrior than the Labour Party, what it says about them? So it's going to be an interesting night, whatever happens, wouldn't you say? Yeah. So you know, I'll stop whistling on. Really, I've got people to see, people to beat, and look who it is.
I'm going on.
What the fuck? Oh, do you know what? Oh, it'd be hilarious if I could interview him, ask him some questions, and get you to ask questions. I wonder if he'd do that. Oh God, that'd be so funny. I love that. I really would. That'd be just. I'm gonna send him a message. Oh yeah, see if he would. He might do. Yeah, we'll see. Oh, God, that'd be funny. Well, who's the other one? Lord Buckethead as well, isn't it? Lord Buckethead. He's a fat alien though, isn't he? He's just like he'd be like me in lycra. Yeah, and a cape. Oh, into the chat anyway. Into the chat for a second, have I? So up we go. Let's talk about a bit. Up. Okay. Fresh cockles and chewing gum in the sea. Delicious. Wonderful. I planted lemongrass, says Vincent, to try and combat the mossies, but can't say it has really been effective. Yeah, some people say lavender and stuff like that for flies and stuff, but that doesn't seem to work. They seem to jump on it. My mate lives near David Hockney's old house. Oh, that's cool. What does Top Smoke say? Oh, Top Smoke. Could it be the word for cigarette? What could it be the word for cigarettes that is used in the US for? Oh, I see. Oh, getting some likes. Getting some love. Get the love. We want the love that we do. Don't forget to boot the old like button if you're already here. Got to boot the like button, you know. There you go. Alright, there we are. So, on and down. In Alaska, they had to pause the fishing of salmon to allow more to go upstream. Do you have like times when you can't fish in Alaska? Barren shellfish. Did I get that? Yeah, that's it. Barren shellfish number 3. All the shellfish companies in West Wales mainly stick to British internal markets now. No exporting to huge Dutch processing factories. So they're vastly downsized. Yeah. No, they had no choice, have they? No choice whatsoever. I've always wanted to go to Alaska, but not to see a bear. Why not? What's wrong with a bear? Cuddly. But they're Russian fish, and they're happy for it. That they are.
They're now British fish, and they're better and happier fish for it.
No, they're Russian fish. It seems mad that we're allowing Russians to fish British waters. Yet you can't go in the Black Sea, you get blown up. Bullshit from the Tories, who the funk it? Oh no, we're a bit far up now, aren't I? Cheers, Mark's a big fan. What is that? I was going to be censored. What? Who censor you? Nothing drives me crazy than stupidity. There's plenty of that about, I'll tell you, Joel. The hand dryer is more important than wishy, sad sacks, 5 pledges. Good on you, Binny, says Sir Larry the Cat. I would say so. Why don't you, when he lets you in, or, let Sir Larry the Cat in, the number 10, why don't you tell them that? Bite his ankles first, Binomics will sort this country out. Oh. I just love the fact that it goes to all that effort to do something so ridiculous. It's just fun, isn't it? It's just fun. Branded mankinis. Oh, we could do that. I wonder if you can. Can I get branded mankinis? Squishy bits. All lopsided. Max is getting worried that you might be a competition in the mankini stakes. Difference between me and Max. I'd probably wear one. I want the revolution, says number 3. Do it. Verti. Hello. I've been dying to ask Richie soon. That does he mean Welsh coracle boats too? They're small. Oh, coracles? Are you talking about the little things you scull covered in pigskin? I made one of them before, actually, years ago. You make it quite a simple thing to make. You use hazel and it's flexible. You prep all your hazel up. And what you do is you create your gunnel first, which is the top edge of the woodwork, the wooden bit at the top. You bend it all around, you stake it down to the ground, and then you create your hoops off that, and you tie and whip it all. Yeah, and you whip it, what have you, with a lever or whatever you can get. Really, you can even use stinging nettle, and you whip it all together, bend them over. With basically stuck with these bits in the ground, you bend it over, stick the other side into the ground. Once the structure's all made, you then pull it out, and then you got this like frame. It's all whipped together, and then you can cover it in your pig skin, some sort of skin. These days, you use canvas, I imagine, and dope it up. Maybe, I don't know. Actually, I watched the Russian guy. What's his name again? Someone makes. Oh, anyway, he made a canoe, wooden canoe, using just a very simple frame work and covered it in cling film. Didn't look very safe. My German girlfriend made me wear a Speedo, and I felt so weird going to the indoor pool. Oh, you bit, yeah. Well, yeah. Well, here in France, tell Graham Hughes, he knows. Here in France, if you go into public swimming pools and you're banned, you have to wear Speedos. Women don't. They can wear other stuff. But we have to wear Speedos. Joel says, I swim in the sea commando or comfy shorts. My nether regions, they need their freedom. You don't want to strap them up, do you? They'll grow all lopsided, they will be, like foot binding. Richie Sunak's 5 pledges are natural, wood, multi-service, lemon and orange, says Jim Toy. Might as well be. Why did the BBC let the Tory who won Uxbridge lie about the ULEZ? He said it was Sadiq Khan. Well, that wasn't. It was Boris Johnson. That was his idea. Willow and ash coracles. Yeah, ash. A true craft. Yeah, I've built. I can't remember that long. The first one I built was actually with my grandfather years and years ago. But I built another one in Sallows, just off Sallows Broad in the woods. I can't remember what we can. I think I used an older fly sheet for a tent. I think we used a long time ago to cover it. I didn't have the pigskins or whatever they're using. Bend over is an entirely different genre. No. I know what you're on about. You dirty devil, you. Yeah, don't want to do that game. No. Mark's the biggest fan. You might be on the wrong channel if that's the case. Oh. No Captain Canhead yet. Captain Canhead. And the Monster Patrol League. Maybe I could run Monster Patrol League. He could run to be I don't know, for Norwich maybe. Free Willies. Count Binface sat on Farage's lap and let out a fart with a snap. Farage said, "Oh, Top Smoke's got a limerick." Count Binface sat. Let's get this over here so I can see it properly. Okay. Count Binface. He sat on Farage's lap. He let out a fart with a snap. Farage said with a grin, "That's a Brexit. I'm in." And Rabin rubbed his face in some dog crap. What? Cheers, buddy. Limerick alert. Cheers. I built a kid's bed from IKEA. Does this count? I suppose it does. Did it stay together? Now, IKEA. Oh my god. I was gifted a nest of tables, right? IKEA, like beach tables, and even the legs were hollow. They went to the trouble to make square legs hollow. So light. It's ridiculous. Power Rage has gone. Smooth. Yay, you got there in the end, buddy. I saw it this time. So I'll try to do it again this time. I'll try to say it a bit better this time. Count Binface sat on Farage's lap and let out a fart with a snap. Farage said with a grin, "Oh, that's Brexit, I'm in." And Bin rubbed his face in some dog crap. Ugh. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, you know. Oh dear. No, Simon Calder. Have you heard of Simon Calder before? Well, before. Just a bit of a refresher here. Well, Simon Calder, he's like a travel expert. Yeah. Experts? We don't listen to experts. We had enough of experts, said Michael Gove. But anyway, one expert said, well... oh... Wait, apart from saying it was absolute Brexit shit, he did say that. Yeah. I'm trying to find what I'm looking for now. It's disappeared. Oh, there we go. This is a refresher.
On all the...
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, then we take them off. I'm
Really?
sorry. Yeah.
Okay, can I take off the meat and you leave me the bread?
No, everything will be confiscated. Welcome to the Brexit, sir. I'm sorry.
Oh my...
Well, Simon Calder, he had something to say on... I think it was on Good Morning Britain. I don't watch these sort of programmes, to be fair, because they irritate me.
And the thing that we cannot take in our
sandwich. Cheese sandwiches, ham sandwiches.
Cheese sandwich?
You can't take them to Europe. No, we asked you. We asked when we left the European Union to be treated as third country nationals. We left the single market, and that means you can't take cheese sandwiches, ham sandwiches. They have been confiscated in the past, and also the frontier people might say, "Oh, Lorraine, Can we see your bank statement? Literally, they might ask you that. They might also say, where's your ticket home? We've got to have proof that you're doing this. And where are you staying as well?
Right.
All these questions which we asked to be subject to when we democratically voted to leave the European Union.
And the thing that we cannot take in our
sandwich. Cheese sandwiches, ham.
Cheese sandwiches, ham sandwiches. And your knuckle dusters. Now, the Dutch thing happened a few years ago now, where they stopped lorry drivers entering the EU and confiscating their ham sandwiches. Obviously, you have to be pretty unlucky, but it's happening. It does happen. Now, if you're a motorhome, for instance, there's all these little cubby holes everywhere, and I'm on a couple of groups with motorhomes, got a motorhome, you see. And you often hear they're hiding stuff in compartments in their campus. I don't care if I get caught. Oh, Brexit. I just want my Brexit. Because a lot of them are Brexits, you see. It's kind of painful to see. But there you go. What's up, Wally? Wally's after the treats again. Yeah, boy. Yeah. You got to work for me, fella. Yeah. What's that? Little devil. So there has been a little bit of congestion at Dover today. Not as bad as I was be fair, I actually didn't think it was going to be any worse, to be honest. Because Doug Bannister, he mitigated to some degree. But he's very concerned what's going to be happening later on this year and beginning of next year. When the ETIAS system and the EES system comes into play, but also the UK's ETA system. Or that would be the other direction, mind, coming into the UK, which wouldn't be quite so much of a problem. But the Port of Dover there's just not enough room there. It's too congested, and there's big cliffs behind you see. And although Dover has received quite a lot of money, it's not enough. It needs a complete rebuild, really. But then where do you... Well, you end up almost stopping the port, wouldn't you? You know? There'd be compensation to be paid to these ferry firms and stuff like that, wouldn't there? For the disruption. Back into the chat. I just thought I'd just show you this. This is almost like a documentary. Yeah, this is Rees Moggerson, Calvin Rees Moggerson. Just so I just thought I'd share that with you. You know how it is. So I'm just I'm scrolling up. I am. I'm scrolling up. Dover. There we go. So into the chat. There we go. Daddy Blase! Hello! Daddy Blase is in the house. Good evening all, and hope everyone is well. A bit merry after going to the football. Hey, nice one. I hope you had a good time. And who won? Because I don't follow football, but, you know, as long as it's in your favour, I don't mind. What game was it today? I don't follow football at all. I really know nothing about football. Apart from you kick a ball. That's about as far as I can go. Yeah. I used to play rugby years ago. That's about it. Who can afford to go on holiday? A very valid point. It's cheaper to go abroad, and that's obviously going up, becoming more expensive. But it's still cheap to go abroad than to holiday in the UK. Now with the fact that youngsters are not allowed to leave school, so they have to go on holiday time. I think that's stupid, to be honest. I think in many cases, kids, well, they come back refreshed for a start, you know, excited and, you know. But also, if you take them abroad now, they can experience different things. They're experiences that can't be taught. I know, Wally. Oh, God, he's so needy. You had a bone earlier. That was Nigel Farage's female. Oh, he's chewing up for age. It's a bit tough, it was. Yeah, a bit sort of like a bit chewy. Yeah, he went that keen. So 3 hour delays at Dover. And they're blaming bad weather and that as well. But obviously, passport stamping. So that's not very helpful. And that's not going to go away, is it? Until we've got the EETIAS system in place, which will cause a whole wave of other problems at the Port of Dover because, well, Doug Banks is saying he's got nowhere for people. People can't just get out of the cars in a busy port. No. It's not safe, you see. Good evening all, says Daddy Blase. I hope everyone is well. A bit merry he was. So I'll come back now. I love your channel. Do you have some great sessions? Do you have some great sessions? Don't know what that means. I'm tired. Take care, number 3. Keep pressing record, my friend. And your last video, like I said, I like that style. That kind of, it felt very natural, and I think it helps people understand you as well. Maybe actually, I don't know if you've done an intro video on your channel yet. I haven't done one yet, to be fair. If you do an intro video, just you could do just a short video about yourself and sort of the exploration, an explanation of of your troubles and what have you, in the sense of how you deal with life and what have you. You find things difficult, communication and all that sort of stuff. But you've got plenty to say. Mark's the biggest fan. Daddy Blase has come to learn how to live stream Allshorts. I don't know. Do you know what? I actually haven't seen your live streams. I don't get notifications for them for some reason. But also, to be fair, I'm so snowed at the minute. I'm trying to do this channel and other stuff and that, and I don't know why I do this channel because I get hardly any views. So, unlike Daddy Blase, he gets crazy amount of views for amount of subscribers, and you get loads of subscribers, and my subscriber growth is, it's pitiful. It really is. People don't like me. I don't blame them. I don't like myself sometimes, so I do understand. There you go. Not everyone gets me. The Haunted Quill has got to be a performance art. Got to be Jake Rees-Mogg. Only explanation I can find. Oh boy. I want to know why he's still on GB News. Ofcom should say no, but no, he's still on there. Shouldn't be. It won't matter in the next vote, I suppose, because you'll probably have a seat. Although Uxbridge was a bit of a, I would say it's a surprise, but it was a close vote. But those people who didn't vote for that, didn't want to vote for Labour, they probably swung it. So yeah. Anyway, the Tories still did pretty badly. Sorry about that, Dave Blase. I screwed up. Laugh at that. Oh, okay, what happened? Good evening. Okay, there we come. Imagine in some years a movie about this entire Brexit comedy. Depends who's going to make it, doesn't it? You'd want some sort. If it's a movie, you want a really balanced view, don't you, on it? You can look at all the people who benefited from it. So it's balanced view, you see. So like, for instance, Jacob Rees-Mogg and all them lot, and obviously all the industries that popped out of nowhere that we didn't need before. They've done very well out of it. So actually doing all the checks and facilitating all the paperwork. And then you got those who are being absolutely screwed and scuppered by it. In my business itself here in France, it's my woodworm business, it was screwed over by Brexit. Not by choice, but it just how things were. But bulk of my customers were English. People coming over doing renovation work, buying wrecks of property and needing new windows, doors and all that sort of stuff. And I was busy. Before I started doing this channel, I was really busy doing that. But then come Brexit, and it pretty much pulled the rug out from underneath us. We lost our customer base. And I know what some people say, well, I didn't work for the French. I do work for the French. There just ain't enough work here. Not where I am in France, anyway. And I'm not moving, so... No, I'll make do. Amend. It's not always easy, is it? But it's, we kind of survive on quite limited means, really. We're just fortunate, though, that we do at least have a roof over our head. That's paid for. We don't have a mortgage or no debt or anything like that. So it's just very hand-to-made for the moment. But our worry is things like pensions and stuff, you see, because I'm paying into the tax system here, but am I paying enough to get our pension? So I do need to turn things around. Otherwise, better quick without a paddle. Hope we will. We need to look into Ofcom. We need to get rid of their boss. That'll be a start. And watching them in the select committee meeting, I'm sure Daddy Blase covered that. And watching that girl's flipping eyes roll in the back of her head, oh god, yeah, whatever, that kind of thing. I thought, what the hell? Is this Ofcom? There people they said to the select committee meeting, not taking it seriously. It's nuts. Peppa Pig would have her first big role as Boris. My granddaughter is mad about Peppa Pig, and I've been my morning video is a bit ad hoc. For tomorrow morning, but my granddaughter came on a walk with us, and it was quite funny. It was quite funny. It's a sweet little thing. So yeah, I've got a bit of a house full at the moment, but I'm really struggling to work at the minute because the noise. Oh, 4 girls, 4 little girls, and 4 little boys. Okay, that's no, I shouldn't do that. It's Rolf Harris. Anyway, yeah, it's quite noisy in my house, so it's quite difficult. So I've kind of trying to set up my shack at the minute, so I've got a live stream from there as well. So I've got the internet there, and so kind of work from there. And this setup here, I'm going to move into there temporarily. And this setup I've got in front here, I'm going to run on that machine over here. I'll show you. All right, okay, I'll show you what we've got going on. All right, I'm a bit distracted, a bit of a sidetrack here. That I need to take that gaming laptop into the shacks, so I can do stuff out there. Outside in the garden. This lot will stay put. But instead of being run on the laptop here, which it is at the moment, it'll be run on that system over there. So yeah, nightmare. So I've got to try and get everything onto one machine. I have upgraded that machine now, so hopefully. Oh, what happened? Went down. Don't do it. Come back up again. Oh, too high now. What's going on? What the hell have I done? Oh. I'm a flipping idiot. I can't help it. It's my genetics. My genes. My Levi's. Yeah, there we go. Sort of. Oh well. Anyway, back into the chat. Oh, 1 hour 51. Nearly done a Marcus hour. Let's just hope that the dissolvement of the UK goes better than Yugoslavia. Oh my god, dude. Let's just hope. I'm mad about Peppa Pig. It's great. Oh, Peppa Pig. I'm feeling sorry about Kool-Aid. And hold on, I can't do about that. Alright, that's back in. That's better. Right? What's up, Wally? Oh, it was a friendly, was it? Okay, Daddy Blase. We played Hull City at the home and it ended in a draw 1-1. And it was good to be back, my friend. Looking forward to a new season now. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it, mate. That's good. So why is GB News on at all? Because it's a useful tool for those who own it. Saudi Arab Emirates. In the Saudi Arab Emirates. And... yeah, it's losing about 35 million a year. It's losing. So, yeah, it's not making any money. See, the thing is, you see, people don't want, companies do not want to advertise on right-wing broadcasts. They pull away from that sort of stuff. They remove their advertising. Look what's happened with Elon Musk. A lot of his advertisers are pulled away. All we seem to be getting now is weird gadgets. That's what I'll be getting. Like weird gadgets, come on. Things you can buy. Yeah, shitty stuff. Stuff from China, probably. More likely, obviously. What's up, Molly? You're very whiny, mate. Top smoke. Okay. There was once a man from the UK whose bank hounded him after a day. He packed up his bags and now living in a hollowed out turd far away. He is the turd. He hollowed himself out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's another one. Oh, it's 5 of 5. 1 of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Arr. Cheers, buddy. It says 1 of 5, 2 of 5, 3 of 5. There's no 4 of 5. And okay, who? A Welsh rugby lads have just come back from Switzerland altitude training. Young Tom Rogers, my near neighbour, is one of them, and only been to Switzerland Geneva Airport before leaving to the French Alps. Teenies. Of course, you don't take it seriously because they're propaganda that are pushing. The thing is, people believe them. If you talk about GB News, same with Talk TV. You know, people actually believe now that you can grow concrete. Do you know that? Apparently, you can. Mike Graham told us. So it is, must be right. So you just think what Brexit has done to us. It's made everything more expensive. It's certainly helped to. It's killed the fishing industry. Pretty much killed the farming industry. If anyone follows Harry's farm, and he's been having a bit of a whinge about the late rain and stuff like that. Everything's later, and the price of everything has gone through the roof, and the grain. Not so much grain, it wasn't so productive. So we've got huge problems with grain in the UK, as you know. Obviously, that we had a problem a while back, didn't we? Beginning of the war, what have you, regarding grain exports. But they negotiated. Erdogan sort of headed the negotiation for the UN regarding humanitarian aid regarding this grain from Ukraine going via the Black Sea. So Turkey. Well, basically, they were allowing the ships out of the Black Sea from the Ukrainian ports. But now we've got Putin ripping up that deal, hasn't he? He's ripped up the deal and says, nope, you're not going to be doing it anymore. Not until we can negotiate something in my favour. Lift the sanctions, for instance. So now we've got all this grain that can't get out now of the UK. And out of Ukraine. And if they try, they're gonna get treated as though they are hostile. And the Russians have also put in a load of mines in the Black Sea. So there's no real way of getting out now. So you got that. And then also with rice. So that's a problem. Because India's decided that they're going to block exports, or they're banned basically exports of rice. Not all of them, not all varieties of rice, but but any blocking has gone to obviously reduce the amount on the market, So it's push prices up. So it can become more expensive and harder to get. So you've got two sort of staples there, big carb foods, and they're hard to get. So you need to start panic buying. All about toilet rolls, I think they're okay with that for the moment. Yeah. So it's not great, is it? So anyway, we've got these 3-hour delays at Dover as bad weather and train strikes hit summer getaway. And Saturday was expected to be the busiest day for travel, but I don't think they're fared quite well, actually. There we have. Doug Bannister of the Port of Dover, he's the geezer who basically, hang on, I'll tell you what. I do actually have I've got a video clip here. There we go. There it is.
For every passenger going into the European Union, the passports need to be swiped and then they need to be stamped. In a carload of, say, 4 people, that will take a little while. But in a coach where you might have 60, maybe sometimes up to 80 people on some of the bigger ones, that's just going to take a long time.
By the way, I've been wondering what that special place in hell looks like for those who promoted Brexit without even a sketch of a plan how to carry it safely. Thank you.
So he managed to he got the tents and marquees in to help process the coaches, which were building up last was it the first time this year? When was that? Was it Easter? Or was it before that? Anyway, I think it's half term, wasn't it? Anyway, there was massive delays, for which he You know, what do we do about this? The biggest problem was stamping passports. So with the coaches, it just delayed and held everything back. Held everything up, sorry. So yeah, he did what he had to do. So now, whenever this happens, you see we've got 2-3 hour delays instead of 14 hours, which is, I would say that's a success. I think he's done quite well. But let's not forget, that's not a benefit of Brexit, because it's worse than it was before we were in the EU. And before we didn't need all this passport checking and all this other stuff. Freedom of movement. That's quite a good idea, that, wasn't it? You know, make life so much easier. But don't worry. At least we've got our Brexit. Or they've got their Brexit. I just want my Brexit, they say. Well, Saturday is predicted to be the year's busiest day. Well, he mitigated that. I think he did quite well. More than 2 million UK holidaymakers were going to head to France, or to the EU, basically. The Friday was the busiest day for the airline travel groups since 2019, with more than 35,000 flights taken off. And delays were anticipated on Saturday due to the number of travellers and, train strikes by IMT and ASLEF. And now they're getting rid of the ticket officers, which is obviously winding RMT up even more. The DFDS, a passenger and freight company, warned that it would take 3 hours to pass through all border controls and to check in at the port of Dover. AA said that there were long delays on the A20 due to the people and lorries heading into Dover port. Well, delays at Dover are significantly lengthened by post-Brexit passport checks, despite a number of mitigation measures put in place by the port. The port has worked with coach operators to spread departures over less busy days, but car passengers planning to travel on Saturday and Sunday were advised to arrive up to 3 hours before their booked departure. Border rules now mean that all passengers' passports have to be checked individually. Okay, we've got the digitisation of it coming in maybe next year, but it can keep getting kicked down the road. So a new system for checks on coach passengers, which was first introduced for May half term, will be used again throughout the summer. The vehicles can move swiftly through the port once the border checks are complete, but Dover has limited physically by the town and cliffs, and has only a small holding area for queue arrivals. The port has urged people not to arrive more than the advised 3 hours in advance, with passengers normally able to catch the next ferry if they miss their booked sailing. Brexit, eh? Lovely, innit? Love you, Brexit. Just want the Brexit. That's all they wanted was their Brexit. They got their Brexit and scuppered everything and did. Well, I'm going to be signing off in a minute. I'm really tired. I'm getting really tired these days. I think it was kids screaming in my ears and jumping all over me. And my little Nana said, "You're going to jail." The youngest girl. Yeah. "You're going to jail." And she grabs my hand. "I'll take you to jail." What? Oh dear. A pint, and a sinking fell out of the sky, band trailing behind, crawled out and said, "Well, that went well." Well, then he sued the pilot, who then committed suicide. Cheers, Marcus, for your commitment to expose the charlatans. Oh, cheers, Martin Byrne. To expose the charlatans and Brexit reality to us all. Oh, cheers, Martin. Very much, very, very kind. Thank you. Oh, Dave Malzane. What does he say? "Good evening, my friend. Marcus' friend. Yes, she's getting better and better. Oh, that's good. If anyone didn't know, I think Dave Balza's missus has been a bit ill. I've had problems with my missus as well. You know, apart from the missus, she's been ill as well, and she's had so many surgeries and stuff like that. And you sort of, sometimes like sticky plaster, you solve one problem, and then it's like something like a knock-on effect, and something else happens. So she had the camera down the top last week, and apart from some pull-ups and stuff like that, she was okay, but she's got an ulcer inside because the GERD, the acid coming up it's caused ulcers. She's had the operation for the GERD, but it hasn't got rid of the ulcers, and that's why she's been having a lot of discomfort apparently. So it's quite raw, and also she's taking a lot of antibiotics at the moment because she's got an infection in her kidneys. So it's 6 months of antibiotics. That's going to do a lot for your flora, isn't it? Yeah, good bacteria. No, not very good at all. But she's feeling a bit better now, actually. Joel says, I went to get sandwich and a cookie. Had sushi. Oh, sushi. Oh, do you make your own sushi? Had sushi for dinner and never saw a fish push a carriage. What? I never saw a fish push a carriage. Oh, nah, I'm confused. But yeah, I make me a sushi. Then the rice now, you have to cool it down quite quickly. You have to be doing rice for sushi. You've got to use the right sort of rice, obviously, sushi rice. Tucked up his moobs. What? Are you talking about Boris Johnson again? I like YouTubers. Big Clive. Is he the guy you told me about earlier or last week? Does the tech stuff? And Donkey Dave. Allshorts was right when they do sound like a porno crew. They do. I drove almost 1,100 miles last week. I was asleep by 9 last night. 1,100 miles, a lot of miles. I'd be worried if a little girl said to me, "You're going to jail." Says Dodgman. Oh, my little granddaughter. She's only a tot. She's only 2. There you are. Oh, Wally. Yeah, boy. Yeah, she's little darlings. They're very excitable though, so it tires me out. I really feel old now. Now I've got 4 kids. I brought up 6 kids. Oh my god. So and my daughter's got 4, so 4. So she's got 4 grandchildren here at the moment. I get really tired now. Whereas before I'd be all over it, Getting old. Dan Wooden. Oh, Tim Toy says Dan Wooden has hired expensive lawyers to go after byline times. Actually, I might have the response here. And he's asking his sycophants to help fund it. I know, I saw that. Dan Wooden's one of the presenters on GB News, if anyone knows. He's horrible. He's horrible. I think he used to work for The Sun. He used to work for The Sun paper. So add Scrounge to his list of qualities. I might still find it though. Byline Times it was. So Byline Times basically is accused. Oh, here we are. Oh, nurse to Johnson jail. Byline Times. Oh, here we go. I've got it here. This is the Byline Times. Oh my god, does that format? Oh, it does. Dan Wooden was a serial bully at The Sun. Bosses promoted him as complaints were silenced. The Byline Times has said they've got have said that they've got evidence and they've already presented it to the police. I'm led to believe. Oh, son of a Viking! Oh, my volume's too low, so I didn't hear it.
So you have accepted the truth.
Cool. Dover is limited physically by the town, the cliffs, and the IQ of the average Brexiter. You're not wrong, son of a Viking. Hello, my friend. Hope you well. And 2 of these 3 can be solved, at least within geological time. Yeah. You're not going to do a lot about the IQ of the Brexiters, are you? Not a lot at all. Cheers, somebody. Oh, there you go, Wally. Scroll down. Binface is going on holiday. There was once a man named Binface who caught fish in his bucket with grace. He sold them to Spain and was made quite again. And made quite again. And now he's off to a much warmer place. Let's try that one again. Come on. Binface is going on holiday. There was once a man named Binface who caught fish in his bucket with grace. He sold them to Spain and made quite a gain, and now he's off to a much warmer place. Oh, cheers, that's Top Smoke. Cheers, Daddy Blazo. Yeah, she's had a really rough time the last 3 years. It started off with septicemia about 2-3 years ago now. They lost her. She died, so it was really scary times. And she had the gallbladder out. It's been one thing after another, and it's been very worrying. But she's she's much better now, but she's still got problems. It seems to be that we had big problems, and then we get lots of little ones afterwards, and which kind of, littler, smaller, and now it's just a case of dealing with them. But it's not. She's really uncomfortable all the time, so she struggles. So I do appreciate your demis's and that as well. Dan Woodhead. Oh, crikey, he's awful, isn't he? I wonder if K9 has an EU pet passport. I know, probably. Must have. And also, he'll have to have veterinary checks and have, what else you've got to have? Animal health certificates. That's what you've got to have, K9. But it's obviously quite a technical one. Yeah, technical. So, Dan Wootton was a serial bully, but his bosses promoted him as complaints were silenced. Sounds a bit like the BBC. Well, in the second part of a 3-year investigation, Byline Times examines the professional conduct of the TV presenter when he was a leading editor at Rupert Murdoch's powerful British tabloid. I hate him. So Dan Wootton was the subject of at least 6 bullying claims from colleagues while working for The Sun, but was promoted by the newspaper as complaints were silenced, with large payoffs and non-disclosure agreements. Byline Times can reveal. Well, the allegations against the journalist today, a star presenter for GB News and columnist for the Mail Online, range from constructive dismissal to age discrimination, while several witnesses have also described a culture of sexual harassment under Wootton. Literally. It follows this newspaper's revelation on Monday that Wootton used the online pseudonyms to Martin Browning and Maria Joseph, among others, to trick and bribe scores of men into revealing compromising sexual material for tax-free sums of money up to £30,000. Sounds a bit like Who Edwards. Well, representatives for Wootton have been asked by the newspaper to confirm or deny whether the presenter was or is connected to Branning. Neither Wootton, in his GB News statement on Tuesday, nor his representatives have yet clarified this point. He denies any allegation of criminality. Now, Byline Times has now spoken to multiple former editorial and support staff at Britain's biggest tabloid, many of whom are fearful of being identified after their experiences working at the Murdoch-owned News UK, with one left suicidal. Oh, God. Another suffering stress-induced hair loss, and others deserting the industry altogether. Now, for that reason, we are protecting their identities, says Byline Times, although they are known to their former employer, which last night, in response to the request for comment sent by Byline Times, contacted all staff at The Sun, announcing that it was looking into allegations urgently. Help us keep exposing wrongdoing in national media. Yeah. So among questions to the publisher, Byline Times asked if it could confirm that the earliest date of any record held digitally or in analogue format containing the names of Martin Branning and Maria Joseph. The News UK declined to respond, but will not deny that all 6 individuals received severance payments contingent on the signing of a binding restrictive covenant of non-disclosure agreements. That's a cover-up, a stitch-up. Well, the cost of the legal proceedings and settlements is estimated to be more than £1 million. Now, its internal email to staff said various allegations have emerged online and have been reported over the last few days in relation to Dan Wootton, who many of you will know worked for The Sun between 2013 and 2021. The matters reported are obviously very serious and include allegations that certain actions of Dan Wootton may have affected some members of staff at The Sun. And we're looking into these allegations urgently and wish to hear from staff who may have been impacted or have relevant information. Apparently you are either with him or you are against him. Now, as a part of the 3-year special investigation into the 40-year-old Dan Wootton, details of which we will continue to publish over the coming days and weeks. The byline Times is today examining his professional conduct while employed at the Sun. While News UK last night urged potential complaints to go to the Sun's corporate affairs team if contacted by external media for comment. And this new newspaper is taking care not to reveal the sexes of job titles of the 6 people, whom is understood are not the only ones who feel they are bullied or harassed by women. Oh dear. Well, it'd be good to see him taking off here, to be honest. He doesn't deserve to have a job. Mark's biggest fan says, I have in good authority that anyone clearing their throat of phlegm is speaking Welsh, and this is how the language has survived. Yeah, okay. Well, at least it's 4J and not... What am I missing? What am I missing? Veterinary health checks by a blacksmith, probably. A Bardonayev. Oh, Andrew Evans? Hi, Andrew Evans. Let's speak in code here, better known as Welsh. English Tories don't like it like that. Let alone us, YouTube. Oh, US YouTube bots. They don't have a clue what's going on, would they? No. I think you're swearing all the while. 5G or not to 2G. There was once a fella called Ket who saw just how bad things can get. So he and his wife both fled for their life, and so far ain't looking back yet. No, we're not. Cheers, that buddy. Definitely not. Oh my giddy aunt. Oh, it's not for me. No. Around here, corruption and wrongdoing is punished. Oh, and the UK is promoted as a virtue. It is. It is. These people get top jobs. And they say they haven't got integrity, honesty. And you can judge me on that. Oh my giddy what a whole load of...
Load of bollocks!
Oh, I don't know what to say. Help! I'm being held hostage in the in-laws' back garden. Hello, Mad Monk 33. I hope you're well. oh, you're there. You've been held hostage in the in-laws' back garden. Do you get on with your in-laws? Oh, that's a question. Martin Byrne, Dan Wooten, whatever he's done, and he does have the ability to make me feel completely sick. Yeah, he's quite good at that, isn't he? Yeah. I watched him the other day, it's all teary and that. I thought, oh, God, really? Oh, I'm poor hard done by. That's all ploy. That's an ancient language. Okay. Well, I'm going to call it now because 2 hours 17 minutes. That's over a Marcus hour. And a little body wants another treat. There you go, boy. What are you doing over there? There you go, fella. There you are, my boy. He's a lovely fella. He's been sleeping a lot recently, haven't you? Hey? There you go. Wait, boy. What is it? What's that? Oh. Yeah? You're a good boy, aren't you? Hmm? He is a good boy, really. Yeah. Aren't you, Wally? So, anyway. Oh, what can I leave you with? Now, probably be live tomorrow lunchtime and tomorrow evening. I'll try and remember to record Sky with Sophie Ridge. I don't know who's on tomorrow, but we'll see. Maybe. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. We talked about the frontiers earlier, didn't we? So I'll give a bit of that first.
Days when people like Nick Clegg would say that Nigel Farage's claims about an EU army are fictional and that it's a dangerous fantasy. Well, we've seen that the EU has now launched its own guard, its own armed guard that'll police its border. Why, if it didn't have aspirations of being a political and economic union with its own armed guard?
What a plonker. He is such a plonker. Oh, I want to hear. Oh, Mad Monk 33 for you. There you go. Got to have the dancing boy. I forgot about him. Anyway, no, I hope you're all well, and I hope you're gonna have rest of your weekend. I hope it's gonna be good. Yeah, I'm so tired. I'm slurring my words. I am. Crikey, ta-ta. And thanks for the super chats and all that.
We're very careful how we select our audiences here, and I'm not trying to.
Thanks
We're
to
very
the
careful how we select our audiences here, and I'm not trying to overstate the importance.
And the members
this is
and
not
everyone else
a
who's here.
YouGov poll. But what I'm saying here is that even though we have more people who voted Conservative than for any other single party here, is there anyone here who supports sending people to Rwanda?
Yeah, sure, I'm sure.
May I actually just begin by saying genuinely how sorry I was to hear that the Honourable Lady will be standing down at the next election. She and I joined this House at the same time, and I know she has contributed much to her party and to this place.
The Deputy Prime Minister, I thank him for his kind words, and we did join this place at the same time, and I'm pretty sure we'll be leaving at the same time. The number one problem that faces the health service across these isles.
But the structural reforms that we're about to deliver include the Brexit Freedoms Bill. The Brexit Freedoms Bill is a fantastic piece of legislation, defining constitutional piece of legislation that will remove the dead hand of EU laws from our statute book finally. There are over 2,400 EU laws that will be amended or repealed.
We said more recently we wanted to get Brexit done.
But Mr. Fabricant, your Brexit is like a used toilet that won't flush. The longer you leave it, the greater the stench and the greater the risk to your health.
Well, don't keep interrupting me. I know at the moment it's not good. We know that in the last, because I've sense have been, very disastrous.
It's not my freedom of expression to protest violently. No, you can't just start a riot or glue yourself to the roads and get away with it. Yes, friends, as Attorney General, I had to go to court to get some of these simple truths established. The judges agreed with me last week in the Court of Appeal in the Colston statue case. And that's why our public order bill will empower our police to stop this nuisance. So whether you're Just Stop Oil or Insulate Britain or Extinction Rebellion, you cross a line when you break the law. And that's why we'll keep putting you behind bars.